What's up, everybody? It's Junior's Bennett coming to you live. I am 100% permanent total Navy Desert Storm veteran. And today's message, I'm going to talk about my day-to-day actions and what I see all the time with veterans on my calendar after they have been to our company's website, submitted their name and email and telephone number, and selected a time that they would like to have a VA disability consult. I give free 30-minute consults to veterans. We look at the evidence that you have, your service ratings, and make a determination if there's room for improvement or there's not, according to Title 38, Part 4. And in the background here, I'm showing my calendar for today. I work from 10 a.m. to 8 o'clock at night, Monday through Thursday, and on Monday through Friday, we work from 10 a.m. to 5, okay? We do take a lunch period. As you can see the gap here in the screen from 12 until 1. We take a lunch, we gotta eat. But the reason why I'm telling you all this is that these are people that are already, it's been accepted in the calendar in 30-minute blocks in my calendar day. They're in blue, meaning they're accepted. If they're in white, they haven't been accepted as an appointment. They requested the appointment, but haven't been confirmed. You want to make sure to check your email box for confirmations of that time. These times are in Eastern Standard Time because I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. Again, when you accept these appointments, I want you to pay close attention to the time zone. You may be in Central Time Zone and you requested at 1 o'clock, but it's actually 2 o'clock my time, okay? So some of you sometimes will call and say, you got an appointment with me at 2 o'clock when it's really 3 o'clock my time, okay? And then I tell them, I said, listen, there's one more hour before we can get on the phone, okay? I might be on the phone another time. Now, if you call the office from the website, because my telephone number is listed on the website, and I don't answer the phone, it's because I'm already on the line, because I got so much time to call these people back scheduled for a consultation. Your time is valuable. I appreciate your time, but I have to stay on schedule, so you're probably going to receive a voicemail. All I can tell you is just go back to the website and go open up my calendar to the desired open date, okay? In this calendar right here, we got someone down at 7 o'clock that haven't been accepted yet. They probably just, let me go ahead and accept them right now while I'm live. When I accept them, I'm going to send you a message that says, please have all of your VA ratings information handy on the call. So I'm typing this on the message. So when you receive your message from me that I am accepting the appointment, I'm going to say, please have all your VA ratings information available on the call. So I'm accepting this appointment right now. It went from appointment to scheduled. Now it's scheduled. So we can go back to the calendar. There's no longer should be white on the calendar. If we go back to the calendar, scroll up, that was a 7 o'clock meeting. Now the appointment schedule is all in blue on my side, something that you can't see. But when they're in blue, that means I have accepted an appointment. I want you to understand that I'm accepting your appointments as I go, probably a week in advance, maybe a week and a half. It just depends. Just be checking your email. And when I confirm sometimes, you got to make sure that you have your ratings information. Some of you are driving and things of that nature. And I understand the nature of the beast. But if you accept at a certain time, just be ready to have that information, because I can't help you unless you help me. And the number one thing that I realize when I'm doing my consultations with veterans is that they don't meet element number one. And all the consultations, 90% of these phone calls, I can guarantee you that they have disabilities that they are just dealing with, taking over-the-counter medications and not getting a legal current diagnosis for that disability. So I just want to tell you right now that if you are looking to increase your claim, you got to at least have diagnosis already on the book. So if you haven't got a diagnosis, go take your butt to the VA or your private physician using your medical insurance card and go get a diagnosis for what you're going to be claiming. Now, you probably ask yourself, well, how do I know what I need a diagnosis for? If you know that you had records of ankle injury in service and you don't have current x-rays, MRIs, guess what? My orthopedic doctor is not going to see you unless we have the x-rays and MRIs. Okay? Now, you can be proactive instead of reactive. What do I mean by proactive? Well, right now, if you're not on my calendar or you're trying to get on my calendar and you know you don't have x-rays and MRIs, you can still stay on the calendar, but also send a secure message to the VA about your ankle, about your knee, about your lumbar, about whatever that's bothering you so you can get the diagnosis, the ball rolling, or your private doctors. Get your diagnosis, because I can tell you, I'm going to ask you that question. Now, if you don't have it, obviously I'm going to be directing you what the next step's going to be done for as getting that diagnosis. That's going to be my instructions. If you're teachable and coachable, you will follow the directions that I'm giving you, okay? So your diagnosis is the first element of service connection. This is Title 38, Part 4. This is not dealing with hearsay, misinformation from DAVs, VFWs, Veterans Service Organizations, or attorneys. I am not an accredited representative. I want to state that. I'm not an accredited representative, which means I'm not approved by the governing parties to advise you for your medical disability benefits. Now, what does that mean? That means that the VSOs are accredited, okay? They're regulated, they're controlled, the VFWs, DAVs, the attorneys, they're regulated and they're accredited. Now, if the system for accredited investors was working for veterans, why would my company be in existence? If 8 out of 10 of veterans are getting lowball claims or not service connected at all with the present system in place, why would you need a company like us? Okay? Because we're producing results that the VSOs are not doing. We're producing results that attorneys are not doing. Okay? When I talk to veterans who have hired attorneys in the past, they don't even know what a medical nexus is. They don't know what case law is. They don't even know the Title 38 Part 4. They have never heard of Title 38 Part 4. Let me just get this straight. You're sitting down with the VSO, Veteran Service Organization. All I want to do is work with a accredited representative. I guarantee you that you've never heard them talk to you about Title 38 Part 4, the Part 4 Code of Federal Regulations that governs VA disability benefits. Title 38. There's 50 titles in the Code of Federal Regulations. They haven't even considered educating you on the 4 elements that you need. And that's the reason why we're putting faith in them, because they're supposed to be state accredited investors or accredited representatives to help you with their claim, but they're giving misinformation. So I just want to clear that up and let you guys know we're in no way, shape, or form of fashion of an accredited representative. You can use the free services if you want to, and you're going to get those results that's already on the annual benefits report on the VA website. The annual benefits report will tell you the real true numbers of the VA performance when it comes to awarding disability benefits. You can see 8 out of 10 of them that are not successful. So you can use free services or you can use an attorney. You don't have to use us. We would love to have you as a client, obviously, but we're going to produce results according to the law. All right. So this is how I work. This is my calendar. I blew it up on the big screen so you can see how we work behind the scenes and making those outbound calls to you and how we're working. So the second element that we talk about is having your service treatment records. Now, a lot of times veterans say, what's in my record, but they don't have that CD-ROM. Okay. There's a CD-ROM that comes to your mailbox with all of your medical and dental records on them. Now, you need to have them in this filing process. The service treatment records, when I get you on as a client and we can't provide proof of a direct service connection because your records are silent, write that word down, silent, your records are silent, we can't go after a direct service connection, okay? Or you may have proof of an in-service complaint, but you don't have the service treatment record to present to our orthopedic doctors or our doctors, period, to show that there was an injury in service to make a direct. Now, there's a different service connection theory that we can go after. Secondaries don't have to be proven through a service treatment record. Let me break that down to you. If you're going on a direct service connection, that means something that was directly happening from service, then we need that direct service connection complaint of in-service proof to submit to our doctors. If we're filing a secondary claim, let me give you an example. You're already service connected for tinnitus and you have sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is secondary to tinnitus. How? Through the intermediate step of obesity. Sleep apnea secondary to obesity caused by tinnitus. That's a secondary claim. That means you don't have to have sleep apnea direct service proof in your service treatment records. You don't have to have obesity, which is the intermediate step that's not a disability, in your service treatment records. It helps, but if you didn't, that's fine, because this is filed secondary, a different theory, okay? I don't want to take too long on this video. So the first two things that I'm running up against is that you don't have a diagnosis and you don't have your service treatment records. You can go to download the SF-180 form. Again, VA form SF-180. Download the form, medical and treatment records. You check those boxes off and you fax it off to the appropriate archives telephone number. You can find that archives number at archives.gov. You can also find the archives number to fax. I'll give it to you right now. Give me a moment. You can fax it to, where are you? 314-801. I know that's 314-801. Give me a moment. I know that number almost by heart because I give it out all the time. 314, where is it, Juniors? Give it out all the time. Let's go back to the top. Okay, I think it's 9195. And to check, okay, here we go. You can fax the form over to 314-801-9195. Again, download Google Form SF-180. Download fax it to 314-801-9195. I would put a message on the top, COVID-19 expedite, please. And once you fax it in within 1 week, check the status by calling this number. Write this number down. 314-801-0800. Again, 314-801-0800. Thank you so much for watching this call. Hey, I got to get back to my appointments. I'll talk to you soon. God bless.